What's going on, man? It's me, truck driver Sean. Today, thanks to the awesome Shea at This Heavy Earth, this is the V1 of the Crustifixion. Alright? As we all know, I've demoed the V2, which I own, of the Crustifixion. I was like, never really got a chance to check out V1, so Shea kindly sent it out to me to try. This is his personal pedal for his collection of the pedals that he's built. And let's talk about what we got there. Going across the top, we have low, mids, and highs. We got the next two, which is a level and a high and a level, and then a blend and a gain. And then you have two toggles for clipping and EQ only. So the clipping is a hard clip and a soft clip. And yeah, she sounds pretty damn good. If you want chainsaw, she chainsaw. She definitely brings the saw. The saw is the law. So we'll turn some knobs real quick, and then we'll talk about the differences between the V1 and the V2, because there's some things to really talk about. I know this pedal right here is very coveted. Guys that have it love it. Some of the guys that had V1 that got V2 say that V1 is kind of their favorite. Let's see if we can figure out why. I have V2 hooked up. It's right here behind it. I have the settings on that exactly the way they are on this. So, yeah. I don't know, just shits and giggles. Let's see what they sound like in reference to one another. All right, here we go. This is V1. All right, so let's turn V1 off, and we're going to turn V2 on with everything set exactly the same. As you can tell, they're very similar, but V2 definitely is cleaner. But that's also because you have a clean gain on it, and you got a couple other things that are not on the V1 that really do make a difference. That, and there's not just a straight up mid on the V2 like there is on the V1. You have your high mid, you have your low mid, which I've set both of those to the same that the mids is set on that one, so God only knows if that helps it or not. You also have a noise gate in the Crustifixion 2. That it's not a noise gate for your whole entire system. It's a noise gate for the physical pedal. Any extra damage it's causing, it cleans up. And you can also use it just as an EQ. So, to give you an idea what's going on, we're going to turn both pedals off, right? Yeah. All right. All right, I'm going to do the Republic, and then I'm going to do V1, then I'm going to do V2. All right, here we go. All right, so my favorite is definitely V2. I'm just going to put that out there. V1 is great. I see why guys love it. It's filthy and it's nasty. If you're a purist of those old death metal albums that, you know, they sound like shit, let's face it. But if they didn't sound like shit, they wouldn't sound awesome. I know I say it sounds like shit, but I don't say it like in a derogatory, mean way. I say that just, they feel wrong. But I think that's the way it was supposed to be. You know, it's supposed to be very unsettling and very unnerving. So I just want to show you that the V2 is tone-wise pretty specific to it. Like, it sounds pretty damn close. It's just a little more cleaned up, and that's probably because all the extra options kind of put you a little bit more into like the modern territory of what people are doing with HM2 pedals today. And it's really versatile too. You can watch my video on the V2. You can actually clean it up, do some really cool shit with it. But we're not here to talk about the V2. We're here to talk about the V1. I just want to show you a comparison for those people that are like on the fence, like, do I track down a V1 used or do I get the V2? The V2 will do what the V1 does within reason, and then a lot more. I would say instead of finding one used, I would just go and buy a Crustifixion 2 and get all the extra bells and whistles. If you don't want to use them, you just turn them off. I mean, it's that simple, all right? All right, so let's turn on the filth machine. We'll just start turning some knobs. I'm going to make this pretty quick, all right? So here we go. All right, there's a run through all the options on that. Very cool pedal. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. Oddly enough, if you could save a ton of money getting that used, yes, you will have a great existence with it. But if you can spend the money, I would definitely suggest V2 just because it's just better. Preference, yes. Okay, I get that. But it's just better. Anyhow, there you go. That is the Crustifixion version 1. Thanks again to Shea from This Heavy Earth for not only sending that out, but just this dude is just been amazing to me. He's a good freaking human being. And having a small channel and having someone who builds such amazing stuff support your channel by taking care of not necessarily me, which is great that I am treated extremely well, but he also is taking care of my subscribers, and they're becoming his customers, which is great. I can't thank you guys enough for trusting what I'm talking about and searching this stuff out and talking to these builders and definitely letting them know that you're coming because you saw my shit on the internet, right? I can't thank you enough. It's good enough that, and I don't say this enough because I try not to beat a dead horse, but I have that 12 Petals of Christmas giveaway going out, and he's donating a pedal that's not one of his cheap ones. He's actually donating an amazing pedal called the Church Burner version 2. The thing is just a fucking amazing pedal, and you have to be a nice guy to do that. People that are stuck on their own shit in their own company, they literally, I've had a bunch of people tell me no, and their reasoning behind it is they all have their own reasons, and some of them make sense, some of them is just like, it's the pettiest thing I've ever been told, just say no. I'd rather have no than that for an excuse. Like, seriously, man. But yeah, anyhow, thanks again, Shea. This pedal is nothing short of amazing, which everything, even if it's not my flavor, like if I don't know which one, this will air afterwards. So the Earth Splitter, I am not a fuzz guy. I literally, right now, Booty Call Becky's on her way to pick it up, a shirt that says fuck fuzz on it. I hate fuzz pedals, but that friggin' pedal is so much fun. He made fuzz fun. So yeah. Anyhow, I know this is old gear, but I wanted to do it and give people like a little bit of contrast. I will do a video maybe where I'm playing around with them, but really, if you think about it, they're so damn similar. The only thing that's different on the V2 is there's not a single mid knob. You have control over your highs and your lows of your mids, so you can kind of blend that a little bit better. You have a noise gate. You can add a clean signal, and you can have it so you have a stomp for the EQ only instead of a toggle, so you can actually do it on the fly if you want to. It really, it makes a difference, Little touches. It's not that much more expensive than what he was charging for V1, and it's literally twice the size. So, and the artwork is dope as hell. So I would suggest get V2 just because you can do what V1 does. Maybe not quite as like menacingly dirty yucky as V1 is, but if you're playing modern music, you want it a little cleaned up and refined anyway. That's kind of what V2 does. It's a natural progression. That's what's awesome about This Heavy Earth is if they do a V2, it's a natural progression. It's not like they're forgetting V1. V1's DNA is right there, but V2 gives you more. Trust me, there's companies out there that make V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, and you're not really getting a lot of difference. Different artwork, and maybe the tight knob's a little tighter. But This Heavy Earth gives you a lot. They give you a lot for your money, and again, you're supporting a dude doing this shit at his house. He doesn't have a big building, 50 people working for him, Shea fingerprints, all of this stuff, and he's a super, super nice guy. You don't believe me? Contact him. You can get a hold of This Heavy Earth on their website, through Facebook and through Instagram. I prefer to pester Shea on Instagram. And he's never very long getting back to anybody. It's not just me. Trust me, I don't have a big enough channel where these guys are like, oh my god, I need to get hold of this fat piece of shit before he says something bad about me or something. No, Shea's just a good dude. Alright? I promise. The dude is aces. Aces. He's an awesome guy. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Don't be a dick. Subscribe to my shit. And check out This Heavy Earth. And if you want to know what my signal chain was today, it's pretty simple. Got this. My signature Linchpin from Deviant Guitars. Yes, that is one sexy motherfucking guitar. Designed that fucker. Yeah, didn't think I had that skill set, did you? That is going into the Crustifixion version 1, the Crustifixion version 2, because I have them both hooked up. And that's going into the Republic X amp, which is going down into a cab load with Eminence DB77s mic'd up with a Shure SM57 going directly into my Zoom Q8N 4K. That's right. No computers, no nothing. It's literally going onto that SD card, into my cell phone, onto the YouTube. No fucking with computers, no crazy editing. If it sounds like shit, it sounds like shit. I'm not making it look or sound pretty. It is what it is. And almost everything I do on here stands on its own. So yeah, there you go. If I can get the tone with minimal effort, you should be able to, right? Very cool. Catch you guys in the next video. Later.